could probably just use one of these roasts. I'm using two because we go through way more meat. So this is a Glade pot roast. So what you want to do is you want to take it out of the packaging and you want to just cut any extra fat off of it if there's much fat on it. So after you cut all the fat off, it'll look like that, and you just put it inside your pot. That's all the fat I cut off. And then you'll cut your onion and throw your onion in there. And then chop your onions and then throw them in with the meat. Throw this into the pot, your seasoning. Seasoning, you don't have to use this seasoning, but I really like using it with this one. It seems to give it extra flavor. And then you'll need 2 tablespoons of vinegar.
And I'm hungry.
I use Bragg's apple cider vinegar, but any vinegar works well. Kendra says she's hungry because it smells good, the spices.
I want to eat it.
Now I'm gonna have to show you, this comes out of your Instant Pot, and how you get it in and out, it's like this little lip, it just pushes in like that. It's the seal. You have to make sure this whole thing is sealed. It's kind of difficult at first to figure out how to get it in and out, but then you just literally just take it together, pull it out like this, and then when it goes back in, you just push it under. It has to go underneath this metal part here. See, I take it out, and I don't know if you can see that, and then I push it in like that. So it's totally sealed. Yours will come already sealed, but just so you know, like after you use it, you should take it out to wash it so you don't make yourself get sick. You don't get sick. And then something else you take off is this. This goes on this thing here. And how to get it off, you just use your thumb and push down. Take it off. And then this thing, this is the little steamer thing. Put it through the one hole, and then put this little plastic cap on the end like that, see? So when you turn it around, it'll look like that. Okay, now I'm gonna show you how to put it on top of your Instant Pot, okay? Mine isn't. Okay, so you got all these crazy buttons here. Okay, so you put it, line it up, this arrow to this arrow. I don't know if you can see that, this arrow to this arrow. Turn it. Okay, then go up here. Make sure this is pointed as much this way as possible. If it's this way, the steam's gonna release. So you don't want the steam to release. You want to close this. You want to keep it closed like this. Okay. So the top should say seal, and that's where you want it to point to. The one that says sealing, and then this one is venting. So make sure it's at sealing. Anytime you're starting to cook, make sure it's at sealing. And then you will hit pressure cook. For this particular thing is 90 minutes. So you just keep on hitting the arrow until you get to 90 minutes. And there we go. And then it will beep. It'll go beep beep, I think. It'll warm up first is what it'll do. And when the pressure gets high enough, see now it says it's on. When the pressure gets high enough, then it will start counting how long it's cooked, and then it will beep and it'll go on keep warm when it's done. When the pressure gets high enough, this little red thing here will pop up, and then you know and it'll make it go shh, make a funny sound, so that you know that it's starting to cook. Okay, so you can see it says on now, but what has happened is the pressure has come up, and see that little red thing, now it's popped up. So now you know the pressure, it's totally being pressurized right now, and pretty soon this will click to 120, which is 90 minutes. says 120. So that will slowly count down until it's done. So when the Instant Pot is done, it'll look like this, and this light will come on and say keep warm, and it'll say L000. And so then this is the countdown on how long it's been warm for in your pot. I let it do a natural release, which is, I think it's about 15 to 20 minutes. But if you want to open it up right away, you can turn this up here to steam, and all the steam will come out. Once all the steam is released, it'll beep, and then it'll allow you to open it up. But until the steam is released, it locks the lid and you won't be able to open it up. Okay? Okay, so now it's been on warm for 39 minutes. And so then I'm gonna come up, actually first, I'm gonna hit cancel. See, it says off. And then come up here, and I'm gonna release the steam. Okay, see how I did a natural release, so there's no steam coming out, so that's good. And you'll see when the steam's released too, that little red button here will drop down. So now it should be safe to open. So you hit lift the lid up. Ooh, there's the beef. So now I just have to shred the beef. Okay, so you can see I strained this. I'm just straining it. You don't have to strain it, but I like to strain it the sauce is good too, but I just strain it because I just like the meat to put in our burritos. So I'm straining it, and then I'm gonna reuse the pot and make some rice. So I'll show you how to do that. So as you can see, I divvied mine up into 2 bowls. I'm just gonna put it in the fridge so we're ready to eat, and then I can just heat up in the microwave, but like I say, this is 2 roasts, so you'll probably get about 1 of these bowls once you get it all shredded, but it's super good. So typically with rice, every cup of rice equals like 1.5 cups of water. So that's a good rule of thumb. If you use 1 cup of rice, it's 1.5 cups of water. But what you want to do first, and you could alter it a little if you don't want as mushy rice, but I use jasmine rice, and that's what I do. 1 cup to 1.5 of water. And so I'm gonna start. First, I rinse my rice out in the sink. So I'm just gonna run water straight in here and cold water. And I'm just gonna rinse it. And then, that's probably enough. And then I'm gonna just dump out a little bit until you rinse it until the cloudiness is like pretty much gone. And because I'm making like kind of a Spanish dish, I'm gonna put some cumin in the rice. You don't have to. I'm gonna put cumin, a little bit of salt, and I'm actually gonna put some black beans in it. So there's my cumin, there's my salt, maybe a little more. If you are using beans, it's always a good idea when they're out of the can to rinse them. So I'm just gonna rinse them up. Just pour that in there. Give it a stir. This is super easy. Put it on. Oh, make sure, I should show you. Make sure there's no like bits of rice on the side of your pot anywhere, else it won't cook, obviously. Okay, so close it, and then this is a really cool function. You just hit rice. Boom, that's it. So again, make sure your thing is up to your what do you call it? Sealing mode. That should be down. And once it heats up to pressure, it'll take 12 minutes and bam, you have rice. You don't have to add all those other things in. You can just make regular rice, but that's how easy it is. You just put your rice, your water in here, press rice, and it's done. So I kind of forgot about the rice, but as you can see, the nice thing about it is I forgot about it, and it's just been keeping warm for 40 minutes, so that's good. I think anytime you see that LO, that means it's just been on warm that long. So I'm gonna go cancel and turn it that way. Release the steam, then there's the rice. Just gonna stir that. But yeah, see how good the rice comes out? It's like, oh, my camera steamed. It's like pretty good. It's perfect. Perfect. So I'm just gonna stir it around, and that will go in our burrito. Okay, so there I added the beef, and then I'm gonna add some cheese, as Kendra would say, our cheese, and some rice. I made some cumin rice with black beans in it. And then I like squeeze some hot sauce on mine, but I'm not going to for Kendra's. And there you have it. Your pulled beef and rice burrito.